Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Back.
Okay. All right. But welcome to the stream. Welcome to the podcast. My bad. Welcome to the pod. And yes, welcome. Good morning. We're a little late, but we're here, and it is.
Y'all already know how we roll.
Yeah.
At this point,
it's fine. It's totally cool.
Yeah. It's fine.
But we're here. We thank you, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. We are gonna have a very fun topic to talk about, and it's so funny because this topic we started this just as a normal conversation on the phone, and we was like, stop. We put a complete pause on the conversation, and we said this needs to be a podcast episode. We need to stop right here, and we can mine this gold later, and later is right now. And
literally, so let's stop talking. Like, just stop talking now.
Just save it for later. So today's topic is something that is very interesting, and some of the things that we see in today's society, some of the things that are acceptable, that are allowed, that are classified as normal, right? So there are tons of things that are that are normal. Like, yeah, that's normal. If you heard someone hear that or see someone do that, you would be like, yeah, that's normal. Like when you get your cereal, you put your cereal first in the bowl and then your milk, right? Okay, that's normal. If you do anything else, okay. And so there are many of norms, right? But today, we are talking about the things that either have become normal that we feel like shouldn't, or to add on this, just things that we're not going to normalize at all. Like if you had anything that, right now that are still not normal, that you're just like, yeah, let's keep it that way as well, But yeah, just things, anything goes. There is no limit on whatever. But we want to talk about today just things in life, in relationships, in your whatever, anything that you see in social media, in anything, in was it raising children, in whatever it is, things that are normalized that we really don't feel like should be normalized, or just things that once again, pretty common ground. It's not normal. I don't want to see that ever become normalized, because what the hell is going on?
Exactly. Like, this should not even be a thing. How did we get here?
Yes. And what?
It's not okay.
We're not even a little bit. Not even a tiny bit. And I for an introduction, this is just one that I actually there's no segue, right? But I don't like this. And this one is in regards to young girls, we need to stop normalizing little girls in tube tops, okay? And I don't understand. I don't understand why your 4-year-old, why your 5-year-old needs to be in a tube top. Like, why does she need to have her little midsection showing? Like, what? I don't understand that.
That makes me cringe. When they dress like adults,
right?
Outside of suit and tie, like a nice dress, like a formal dress,
right?
That also makes me cringe, because I'm like, why can't they just look like a child?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that either. Like, I remember one time, I think my baby was like 5 months. She was under a year, and we had bought this really cute outfit for her, but it had her whole back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when I first saw it, it was so cute, but as soon as I put it on her, I was like, no.
Yeah.
I can't. No one's going to see my child whole back out. And sure, it may be innocent for some people. Like, innocent, but just why?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's exposed. We go outside. Mosquitoes can get to. So it's like, what is the point?
And to me, it's just like adult clothing, like you said. And I know, how you feel. Like, I know some people, like, you say, oh, well, if you put a baby in a suit, like, is that the same thing? And I'm like, well, I mean, let's talk about that, because let's say you had like a 4-year-old boy and he was in a wedding. Of course he has to be in a suit, because that's an appropriate attire for that thing that he's doing. It's almost like it's an outfit, like it's a uniform, you know? But would I send my kid to school in a tuxedo? No. You know, when I send my little girl to
something,
right, you know, so it dress them for appropriate for whatever it is that they're doing. But to me, I don't think it's appropriate. I don't. I also don't like little girls in bikinis either. I don't like that either. It's not for me. It's just not it. There's no need for children to be that exposed as it is. And I know, like, it's weird because we live in this culture where if I were to walk outside in my underwear, it'd be weird. But if I were to put a bathing suit on and walk outside, it'd be completely fine. And I don't know where we are in the world with that.
I don't know about that one, child, because even then,
I don't know.
Let's say I'm at a grocery, like if I see you in a bathing suit and we're at the beach,
yeah,
cool. If I see you in a bathing suit and we're at the store,
right,
would be questioning a little bit, because it's like you could have been on your way to the beach. You could have just came back from the beach. But like, why don't you, especially for women that are busty, or anybody actually, it doesn't matter. But like, you got a bikini showing your goodies.
Yeah.
Cover up. Like, when did it become, and actually that was one of mine, when did it become okay for like nudity to be like outwardly there? And it doesn't, on social media, in public, like for you to have like it just hanging, like just
do you see a lot of nudity in public? I feel like I do not see a lot of nudity in public ever.
I feel like I would more likely see like you said, like the bikini thing. I guess I was trying to encompass what you're saying. But I definitely see it a lot on social media. I'm just like, I could never.
Right. I don't feel like it matters to me if you're an adult. If you're over the age of 18 years old, and that's by the government, I'm not saying you're an adult.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking also too on public platform. So I'll really bad. I will explain mine later. But yes, for you, the children, just having
for me
adult clothing. Is weird.
That's what it is. That's what it is for me. And I'm just like to me it's cringe. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's appropriate. And I do feel like children should look, act, behave like children. And you ain't grown. You're not grown. So don't put no grown in that same realm. I'm just good. Yeah. I'm good on that. I'm good on that one.
For sure. I think to go like introductory level, I guess for sure. And this is really silly, but it's really weird to me how like in my neighborhood, me and my husband, we were driving by. You know how many people, like there's like a screen door, right? Or like people call it your storm door, your screen door, and then you have your actual door. A lot of people leave their actual door open and just have the screen door like closed. That's weird to me. And I feel like, why is that a normal thing? Because I'm like, walk into your house or see through your house. Like, I feel like that's a security concern.
Now, is this just during the day? I'm assuming you're not like... Yeah.
What if the delivery man I feel like it's weird.
Yeah, you just think about what if. I get it.
Why?
What if anything? Of course.
If you think nobody will just walk up in your house?
Right. Yeah.
And like, that's weird. And I guess I thought about, okay, like dogs. I saw one where a dog was like sitting in front, so maybe they're entertained by what is going by. But maybe I can't leave my door open. That's just weird.
Yeah.
That is just, I can't even have my door just sitting unlocked, even if I'm in the house.
Right.
Our doors are locked at all times. It's
weird.
Yeah. It is weird. And people just like, I just leave my door unlocked.
Yeah. The only time I'm ever okay with having a door open is if we're at like a party. Like if we're hosting a party and our back door has a screen, right? And the screen is just easier to open and close, and it'll keep the flies out. And as long as we're not but then again, like my AC or my heat, like I'm just not gonna have that open. Yeah, like I'm still losing AC or heat. Like, nah, I think even then, I think I'm still gonna close that door because, but maybe
and
it's
be
nice.
like, what did mama say? Either you in or you out.
Yeah,
Point
like
blank.
maybe
If
it's
you
a
gotta go to the
temporary.
bathroom, stay outside.
Yeah, but other than that, no, I definitely agree. As soon as we let Cupid out and he comes back inside, I'll lock my back door right back. If we're in the house, we lock our stuff. Never leave the door unlocked ever or for any reason.
Not.
Yeah, that definitely. I'm not sure where maybe that's like a rich folk thing. Maybe they don't got to worry about that after
my neighborhood. I mean, granted, it ain't hard.
Listen, I'm talking rich, okay? Because the people that I have on my like my clientele for my work, they ain't even worry. They not worry about it. They are not concerned.
Like as soon as if anyone, even if it's like even when I go for walks in the neighborhood, and again, is there crime activity in my neighborhood? No.
Right.
But like if I'm walking around the neighborhood, I'm locking my door.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I feel like on that. On another vein, on that note, the same thing for me is the same thing with the door. I'm just a very private person. So anytime someone does anything that like allows people in like to be in your privacy is kind of strange to me. Like I don't like it when the blinds are open, and I don't like it when, especially when it's nighttime, for you to just have your windows and your back door open and all exposed, and like draw your curtains and close your blinds. Like if it's nighttime and your living room light is on, everybody can see everything in your entire house. Everything. It is clear as day if it's dark outside and you have one light on. I cannot. And people will just...
Yeah, we actually do that too. Like, okay, it's getting dark, draw the blinds.
Close your shutters.
Walk in the house. All the light. If like, let's say if we left and it was day and we come back and it's night, we haven't drawn the blinds yet, but we got to see to walk into the house.
Yeah.
Like, we will literally, one person will go and one person will volunteer as tribute, try not to trip over anything, close the blinds before we turn on the light to walk in the house.
Yes.
You're not seeing what's in our house. You're not like, we are also private people too. I'm starting to realize that. As I got older, I'm very more private. I don't like certain things being known about me, or just my home, like my life.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting into. I'm very private. I'm getting AJ more into the private life, but it's like
my husband got me more into the private. Too.
It's like don't worry about. We don't need to keep close it and lock it. Put the extra lock on there because we don't need it. So
locking is something I've always done.
So anything along that realm is very interesting for me.
Yeah, but apparently it's normal. Like in certain places, it's just normal and okay to keep your doors either unlocked or open, or like, hey, like come in, or people just stopping by. No.
Don't
like even like, hey, we're in the area. We're so and so minutes away. Can we stop? Yes, but like, don't just pop up.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I like it.
But yeah, anyway, that's mine.
Here's a fun one. I don't think this one is normal, but this one I don't want to make normal because I feel like this one is becoming more like, I don't know, but when I say it, you'll hear it. But women and men going 50-50, that shit's not normal. So that shit is not. Cut it. Need to cut that shit right now. Absolutely not. Okay. Let me tell you this right now. It's definitely not 50-50, but Ashley and I have talked about the percentage sometimes wanes a bit, but it really doesn't. Okay. It really does not. But when you think of it on the full grand scheme of everything that both men and women, as long as, once again, is abided by, this all falls under your household, right? So the contributions that are there, it is definitely up to you all to kind of figure out and divvy up the percentage where it goes. But this is under the alignment of a man asking a woman to pay for half of the bills in the home and everything, while also asking to parent at the same time. So this is the scenario that we're looking at because it's a scenario that Ashley and I both fall into. So if you don't fall into this particular thing, then this is not going to apply to you because
right.
Unfortunately, if you are not going to bear children for your husband, you have to do a whole lot more. So you
don't have the same responsibilities.
Exactly.
Which you don't. Is a job.
It is. It is. So that's the thing. If that's not what you're doing, honey, then that's fine. But just know that, then everything else is going to shift. But we, in our scenario, like understand that and we take that on and then we go from there. Because asking for a 50-50 in that kind of setup that we have just described for you is ridiculous and it would never work theoretically. But yeah, in that vein, however, I would like to know if you think it would be normal for, let's say it's your first date, right? Who pays for the first date?
Ideally, I would like the man to.
Right? So,
but I'm also not picky on the first date.
Now, would you say that's normal, right? That's you would say that's pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
Now, why? Like how? You think it just even if it's just the most basic answer, like why do you?
Well, I think it would be normal if you've asked me out and your intention is to get to know me and you're trying to impress me. To me, I feel like it's normal for you to pay on the first day. Now, if you don't, obviously I'm going to have my own walking into the situation. But if you don't, now I'm just kind of like, okay, like, what was that? Again, I think it just requires more context because if it's like, okay, like, child, I don't really know because I don't date, obviously.
Right.
My husband paid. Yeah. My husband paid for me when we went on our first date. Actually, it was like a whole, anyway.
Right.
But like, I'm kind of just like, okay, but if that's the etiquette and we're not doing that, I don't understand.
Okay.
And if you don't have the money to do it, like if he didn't have the money to do it, why are we here? We can go within our means. Because I'm not a picky person. I'm about to say, take me to a club ain't a date to me. Like if we like, hey, let's go sit down. Shoot, even if we like, let's grab fast food and sit at the park. That's $25, bro.
Yeah, right. It is. No, Wendy's is very expensive, y'all. We spent $30-something at Wendy's. Do not eat at Wendy's.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say grab a Chick-fil-A. See, you would have had me at Chick-fil-A, okay? But the Chick-fil-A is. Anyway, but yeah, grabbing Chick-fil-A and go sitting at a park. I would be cool with that. So it's just kind of like, to me, I feel like it's not about the price of the day. It's the fact of your effort. Because also, too, I feel like on my end, how I am, I put in effort. At this point, like, okay, you take me out on a date. I'm a little crazy. So I go all in.
Yeah.
Like, I think the second, maybe it wasn't that many weeks before me and my husband was dating. Child, I was cleaning his apartment. Yeah. I was buying forks. I was buying like I was like, it was mine. And it was just looking like, I just had an inspection and just needed to vacuum my floor. I'm like, oh, Tiles, where your plates at?
Where's this at? Where's that at?
Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm like, okay, now we're making for two. Like, I will go in. So for me, what are we doing?
And you know what? You see, no, it's fine because this one ties actually back into the last one about the whole like 50-50 thing. Because it's also like you see all the things that you do as a woman, like all those things that, and they're minuscule, right? But they all add up, all of it, just to help keep the flow of the home. Like, if you don't clean up, things will get messy and cluttered, right? But now let's say you have a whole other person that's also adding mess and clutter, right? If no one takes a minute to stop and straighten all that up, it's gonna be mayhem. It's gonna be madness, right? And imagine, like, the other day I was just thinking to myself, like, I'm thinking out loud, and I was gonna ask AJ, I was like, how does it feel to not have to clean anymore? I wanted to say that out loud. Like, I wanted to say, how does it feel to not have to clean anything anymore? And then my own thought was, well, it probably feels as good as not paying rent. And I was like, oh.
Mine isn't that, because I will say, like,
It probably feels about as good as that.
He was clean. But I was about to say, but I'm just like, how does it feel not to worry about what you're gonna eat tonight?
Right.
Like you or breakfast. Like, you just wake up and be like,
exactly.
Or, hey, what do you want? And you can do whatever you can.
And you can just have it. Exactly.
Waiting. But like, how does that feel? And like you said, I think to myself, how does it feel to ever say, I need this, and just he's there.
How does that feel?
With you.
Yeah.
Like, it feels fucking great.
Very good.
No worries.
Yeah.
I will take it. So I guess that's how it feels.
Yeah. And it's very silly. I laughed at myself, but I was like, yeah, because the food one is even more so. For me, them dishes, man.
I know. I just play a YouTube video.
Right. No, it's honestly, you know what? In a perfect world, if I'm able to get it in the morning, like I said, get that unload process going. Because for me, it's just that when I'm ready to put more dirty ones in there, it's just clean your dish. And it's just like, but I'm ready. I'm ready to put them in. I'm ready to load. I want to load.
Yes, but you gotta take the other dishes out. Yeah, that's actually the worst part. I would rather hand wash dishes before I put dishes away.
Right. Why is putting them away the worst part? That's so bad. I don't get that. That's just the worst.
But yeah. Just back to, I do expect you to pay on the first day, but I don't expect you to give an arm and a leg. I expect you to work within your means.
Yeah.
If you are asking me out. Now, if we agree before this, like, hey, like, I'm really short, but I want to hang out with you, you know, whatever. Okay, cool. And if you keep saying you short now, it's a habit. And now I'm like, what are your money management skills? Right. And can you handle a family or whatever, or, you know, like a unit?
Yeah.
Because like you said,
from the first day, all that from the first couple of days, she going in.
Again, I don't know, because I haven't dated since I was like,
I know. But I'm saying,
like, almost a decade at this point. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just kind of like, can you afford to be in a relationship?
Mm-hmm. I have another one that I don't like. I have another one.
Go ahead.
Thing around children. Can we stop normalizing that, please? I don't. Oh my God. You know
what? I had one close to that, like children cursing. That bothers me. And I know, like, teenager, you're gonna do it, whatever.
Different.
But
I'm not talking about teenagers. Yeah,
but I'm talking about like kids. They just be like, oh, F, or like anything. I'm just like, that's not cute.
Yeah.
It's not cute.
I don't know where that comes from. I think a lot of that, is like parents that are like young and they want to be cool and they want to be hip and they want to, like, they want their kids to think that they're cool and all that. So maybe that's where, I don't know. To me, it's just disrespectful and just not how a kid should behave.
It's distasteful, and I try my best now to, because I was a huge potty mouth before my kid, and we tried very, like, now, especially because she's repeating things.
Oh yeah.
Like, one time I picked her up from like my mom's, and my mom was like, she was like, why did you do that? And I was like, where did you get that? But we literally say all the time, like, why did you do that? And she picked up on her, oh no, why did you do that? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Or like, I get off the phone and she's like, bye-bye. I'm like, how do you know what that means?
Right.
They pick up on stuff. You gotta watch what you say, bro, because they think they know something.
And
so I agree.
When they repeat that stuff and everybody's like, oh, where'd you hear that? Oh, no, we know it. Yeah.
We know where she heard it from, girl.
Right. We know exactly where they done heard that from. But yeah, so just that kind of thing. Also, a lot, I don't know why all of mine are kind of around children, but yeah.
Because we talked about it. I got another one around kids.
Yeah, go ahead.
We touched on before. So backstory, I was looking at one of my like YouTuber couples or whatever. I watch them from time to time. It's not a big deal for me. But they talk about children. Yeah. And I'm like, and somebody even went in the comments was like, I love you guys, but you're not married. Like, why are you talking about kids? And I feel like it's so weird that people normalize today having a child with someone, but think it's so outlandish to marry them. Yes. I just don't understand that.
I don't get it either.
And it's like the couple that I was watching, it's kind of like, what are you waiting for. Even if you went to the courthouse and didn't tell anybody you were married.
Right.
You guys are business partners. You have over 1 million, 2 million subscribers.
Right.
Y'all are locked
well
into
established
money-wise.
Yeah.
What? Because really, if we're being honest, marriage is a contract, like for the government, but also it can be a spiritual connection. But you already are basically doing both of those things. So what is not being married?
Right.
Because in all honesty, it is, other than, oh, it's such a commitment. Children are a commitment.
Right.
Beyond.
Right.
And I'm confused on how it's okay to have children and not be married.
What I want to know too is like, how are you like willing to commit to like, because it takes two to make a child, right? So it's like,
Absolutely.
How are you willing to do that, but you're not willing to fully commit yourself to that other person first? I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Unless they're just like, okay, I just want my kid. But I feel like that's selfish to not
think about
in a household
together.
With, like, like a committed household. I think that's selfish because children suffer.
Yes.
Like, I also feel like when you are married, there is, like we said, there is that commitment. There is that obligation. You can't just walk off. Could they still? Absolutely. But it's an extra lock-in security for both people to be held accountable, which children need to be a part of. And so it's like, there are statistically speaking, that children suffer if they're a single parent household. So again, it sounds selfish to me, like for you not to, and to make sure that you just consider that person being a good person for, like, why are you having kids with somebody that you don't want to marry?
You want to marry. Yeah. Also too, for me, well, like as you were talking about that, the thought that was going through my mind was the thought where it's like, if I were to get pregnant right now, AJ would want to marry me as quickly as possible, because if not, I could just take that kid and just run away and he would never have any rights or anything like at all, right? And he would not want that. That would hurt him as a person, as an individual, right? And that's the kind of man that I am dealing with. Someone that if they found that out, so he could ensure that he would have some sort of ownership. Like that way I couldn't just do whatever the hell I wanted to do. Right. Yeah. And he would fight for that. And he would want to make that a thing. Like it wouldn't be, oh, well, if we break up, I don't got to worry about you or the damn kid. That's the kind of thinking that I would think would come if you didn't want to do that. Right. And so it's like you're with someone that, you know, isn't thinking that way, isn't thinking like, you don't want to have that full ownership. You don't want to have that, like, you know, sort of thing because, or what? You don't want to get married because you don't want to go through a divorce? Is that what people don't want to get married for either?
Clarity. Like,
I don't understand.
I need extra clarity. Whoever thinks that way, like why marriage, they're so against marriage.
Right. I want to know why.
I need your perspective because to me, it doesn't makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I know one of the friend groups that like we talk to, and even some of my like some people that are more personal to me, I feel like, yeah, like they are just not sure that, right? They just don't know if they want to be with this person forever. And I'm like, okay, you're already going to be stuck to this person forever. I mean, but hey, unless you just want to jump ship, right? Which means that you're not a good man, you know? Yeah. Which should tell the woman something. That should tell you something, because ultimately, once again, if you are having a child by a man that does not wish to marry you, that man does not want to take any responsibility or accountability at all.
And that might be because you're a liability.
It might be exactly. It could be many reasons, but
procreate with a person, who does not respect you as a mom, like doesn't even respect you as a mother of his child. That's the thing too. I think that gets me. I literally, to birth this human, you know how many women have died giving birth to children? I'm risking my life obviously I love my child for my child, but also to give you a legacy, to continue your line.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not worthy of being married.
Right.
You got me messed up. I can't. You cannot
right.
ensure that you are going to make sure I am
Secured.
Done. I can't.
Yes.
Nope. No, ma'am.
I wouldn't want to.
Because, baby, seeing all that blood on that table when I gave birth, I wish.
Right.
Next. I can't. So I need somebody to explain it to me. If you're not in that space, if you do not think that way, I need you to explain it to me, because there's no way, as a woman, all the things we go through,
all the stuff, and also too, like, I don't know where the women. I need to know from both sides. I need to hear it from men and from the women, because what are you doing? I just don't even. And then you have, and then we're gonna dive right into our next one, which is the single mom thing. Like, we need to stop with the normalization of this, because as we have said, the best way for a child to have the best chances of being the least amount of fucked up is in a proper 2-parent household where both parents are attentive and both parents are, loving, caring, supportive, of all of that good stuff, and a bag of chips. And you know what I'm talking about. Those of you that come from those kinds of families, you know who you are, okay? And yes, I'm talking about y'all. But the ones like us that don't come from all that, you got a lot of issues that start coming up that you don't even realize are problems, because it happened so long ago, you don't know where, but it defines you in a way. And it's very, because you think of this stuff growing up, you ask these questions, you start wondering why, and it only gets worse as you grow up, because you realize that your parents made these decisions when you are at this age now, and you can't fathom making these same decisions yourself at the age you are now. And that shit just hurts, right? And so you just start thinking about all this stuff, and you've been thinking about all this stuff all this time. And then suddenly, you understand why you got all these issues with things and all that. So anyway, but long story short, I was raised by a single mom, and I'm going to tell you that the special guest.
I know, like making her appearance. She's like, "Hey, Mom."
She can't help it.
Okay, thank you.
But just with all the science that there is available, and just from look at the kids that come from good families and things of that nature. But it's just like, there is no better combination. It works and it's great. And I'm not saying that single moms can't do it. My mom did it. Okay. She did an amazing job. She didn't, but there are some things that she was just unable to provide. There are deficits.
You need more than one person.
Right.
Really, you need more than 2 people to parent. Let's be your child grows up and develops their meaning and being from everything around them. You know what I'm saying? And so it takes a lot, and you have to be so mindful of that. And I'm not saying mistakes don't happen, but just understand that it comes there's a deficit, there's a loss. So why knowingly pick certain losses? Right. Like, you're not going to be perfect at everything as a parent, but baby, I'm not trying to go, if I know left is wrong, I'm not intentionally going left.
Right.
Like, come on.
Right.
So I agree with you. To moms that it just happened and they had to make it work, I salute you 100%, because one kid.
Right.
And I'm like, if I had to do it by myself, I see.
Right.
I get it. I see why you would be tired when you get home. I see why you feel like you have no patience. I understand the guilt. I hear all of those things and I get it. It's just like, it sucks. Your kids come at it, your kids have the deficit. They do, because you don't have a choice.
Right. And that's why it's really important to think about who you laying down with. Can we stop normalizing just having sex with any random body? Can we just stop normalizing that, please? Gosh, think about who. Listen, there was something
on contraception.
There was something on social media that I saw, and it was like, no woman should be in bed with a man that can't that you don't, dang it, what was it? I forget. Basically, it was just saying that you really should not be laying yours, like you really shouldn't be exposing the most sensitive parts of yourself with someone that truly, that you couldn't call in an emergency. That's what it was. If you feel like you truly couldn't, if you were, your car ran off a bridge and you jumped out of the car right as the car was rolling off the bridge and you're like, oh fuck, and you reach for your phone, right? Who are you gonna call, right? If you say, nah, I can't call Michael because I was my fucking call Michael's ass, you don't want to call, who you gonna, right?
Michael don't pick up. Michael can't follow through.
Michael can't follow through. This person can't do this and this and this and this, right? So if you are truly with someone that you know damn well would not be there for you in an emergency or be able to, essentially just handle stuff, then why are you with him? Why are you doing this?
You ain't dependable for nothing but opening my legs, obviously.
Right.
And I don't need that, right?
We don't, right. And ladies, you need to just let go of just the good deed. There are children around, but y'all need to let that go. That's not enough. Okay. That's not a qualifier. Need to stop normalizing that, putting that above everything else in a relationship, ignoring everything else just because he got that good girl. I'm gonna tell you right now, he gonna take that and give it to every other girl all on top of that. Okay, that's the thing.
You know what? From what I understand, most times when it's good, guess what? It ain't just yours.
Right.
And from what I've seen, I 100% agree with you because I feel like that single woman, like the single mom culture, you see it a lot in celebrity and like social media, and they make it seem okay. Like when I look at people, I'm like, okay, so whose baby mother are you? Because otherwise, I wouldn't know you. I'm just like, okay, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
So
and again, social media makes everything more grandeur. You don't believe anything you see on social media because
I agree with that too. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying. But yes, I'm about to say, just them having good genitalia ain't the way to.
It's not it. We have to stop. And one of the things that I was reading on one of the posts was this girl, and she said that, guys, I don't want to. She literally said, I don't want to risk losing a potential partner. That's what she said. She classified this person as a potential partner. And then because this is her potential partner, a man who has a child with his ex, currently living with her mom. So he and the girl have a child and they are living at her mother's house right now. And this other woman is saying that the guy that's her potential partner, a man that has a child and can't even afford to move out and live on his own. He's staying at her mother's house with their child while he's talking to other women, i.e. this poster on the side.
That's not potential.
Right.
It's like he's probably can afford to take care of his child. And he's living with his baby, like his ex's mom. What potential do you see there?
What are you talking about? And like is the bar set so low? Is the dating pool that freaking toxic that your potential partner is a guy that's living with his ex? So they're broken up with because she's wondering, like, should I ask him about it? Should I pressure? No, you should leave him alone. What is this? Leave his ass alone.
He got a whole nother situation going on over there that, baby, I do not want to be a part of because I am together. I need somebody else who is together so that we can build together.
What?
In whatever capacity that looks like.
Yes.
And I'm not saying, and that's a whole other thing. We talked about it on the podcast before. If he has a child, you're going to have to incorporate other parts of your life with him in his life that you probably don't want to deal with.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't want to, yeah.
Now you got that child. You got that child's mother because that's the child's mother, their family members.
Yeah.
You extend to the whole lot. And
so
that's
messy.
Not a bad thing, but that's just what it is.
And I was like, how is it going to sort out if the ex's mom, right? or let them find out that you're over here talking to other women on the side and all this stuff. Like, that person in that relationship that has his baby, I feel sorry for her too, because not only is he out here not providing for you or their child, he's talking to
another woman and you living in my mama's house.
Right. Staying in my mom's house, talking to other women. This guy sounds off. That's your potential partner? Girl, I was floored. And this is why I don't know if these posts are for the trolls or not. It's stuff like this that I just can't tell if it's for the entertainment.
In all honesty, I believe that it's true.
Yeah.
Also, too, I wouldn't know, and I'm not in the dating pool, and baby, I don't want to be.
Yeah, but you know what?
Are sounding slim.
The one thing that does give me hope, and the one reason why I stay, is that when you go to the comments, it's a bunch of sensibility. And I don't know, because most times when you go to the comment section of anything, you're going to find a bunch of garbage. You're going to find a bunch of nonsense. But Facebook, whatever it is about the Facebook comments, you will find the truth in Facebook comments.
What though? I think it's also too how you are, because there's these filters. There's the most relevant, there are the most popular, and then there's all the comments. So maybe it just tailors the comments to what you would like them to kind of be or whatever. But you know what? I've gotten to the point on Facebook too, or just like in social media, I've told myself maybe I shouldn't look at the comments, because my perception and other people's perception, I'm like, wow, like it's like, especially mom stuff to me, which is really weird. It's a hate train, or like, who has it worse? Who always, why can't the person just complain about their situation? If you're not in that situation, move along. It's cool. Like, it's not supposed to be for everybody. Right. It's supposed to be for this group of people.
Right.
Okay, like, you're a single mom. Like, one mom can be like, I'm tired, and her husband's gone all day working, and she has 4 kids at home. It's like, well, I got 5 kids at home, and I'm a single mom, and I have to work, what about working moms? Get to the working mom platform, bro. Right. This ain't it.
I'm not right. This ain't working mom culture. Yeah.
Like, oh, well, what about the working moms? Well, she's not a working mom, or she works part-time. Like, it don't apply to you. Keep it
moving. Yeah. Let's normalize acting more sensibly on the internet, huh? Let's normalize it.
Well,
let's normalize that. That we could all do a bit of that.
I just don't get it though, but I agree with you. Just, you have to be mindful of like who you're laying down with, who you're having kids with.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say marriage is, I feel like it's safe. That's important. Like, that's security.
It is.
For real. And for both, not just women. That's security for men. Like, my husband don't ever have to worry about if he got to wash his hands and ain't no hand soap. And I know this sounds small, but those things add up. Like, my husband can walk around freely, and that's just our setup.
Right.
He can walk around freely in this house, don't have to worry about nothing. And that eases him. So when he goes to work, when he does whatever, thank you, baby. When he does whatever, like, he doesn't have to worry about it. And vice versa. I don't have to worry about if something need to be paid. If I need footwear, I don't care. I don't have to worry. It's a team effort, bro.
Thumbs up. Yeah, I see it.
Such a silly baby.
So, but yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying, I don't understand. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't either. Have more respect for yourselves, ladies. Like, realize what it is you're doing, and realize who's worth it, and realize that at the end of the day, like, you are going to be stuck with that child. And if he decides to just up and leave, where does that leave y'all? Where does that, like, you still have to, be mom.
What? I think so too. I feel like if we stopped normalizing having babies without marriage, I think it would also create a culture where both parents understand that if they are creating babies, like, they're locked in regardless. Because marriages, are they 100% foolproof? Absolutely not. But I think holding those values also create other values that should be held, which is, you know what, we don't work out, I'm still going to make sure I'm seeing my kid every day. Or like, hey, like, how can we make this? Have you ever seen, like, on Facebook, those blended families where it's like stepmom, on both sides and stepdads on both sides, like living in the same house with all of their kids. And some people think that's weird. I low-key feel like, why can't we normalize that?
Yeah.
Only because all of the parents, you see all of the parents working together.
Right.
For the sake of the children.
If
because
it works,
guess
it
what?
works.
You have 18 years of them living in your house, possibly, at the minimum. Hopefully. 18 years. Which, yeah, that might sound like a long time, but baby, you lay down and had these kids.
Right, you sure did.
18 years.
And they're here.
And right now, it flies.
Yeah.
So, like, why can we normalize, like, blended families living together so that they have, and you have more people to support?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Close-knit.
You have, they have them. You have grandmas, you can have aunties. I'm just saying, what happened to the blended, like, the community?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because
Very
community is
separate.
so important.
I feel like too, like to touch on that, you said something and I wanted to chime in, and I think it was like about the family unit. What did you say? I don't know. You were talking and I lost it. It was there and then it floated away.
Do you want to run back or no?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it was something. I don't remember.
It's important. Like, why don't we normalize that?
Yeah.
Why is individualism so normalized? Actually, it's quite annoying, especially once you need the support and you feel like you shouldn't have it, or you don't deserve it, or you can't have it. Why? That's something that actually annoys me. Like I've said, when my children have children, I want to be at the point where, of course, the government also plays a part and want us to retire or then you're dead. But like, I want to be able to be there for my children when they have kids.
Yeah.
I want, you know what I'm saying? I can't read this right now. I read this book so bad. I read this thing 5 times a day.
She liked the book.
You know, she loves the book.
That's
and
the
she
llama
actually reads it with me. Llama.
I think it is.
To drama. But yeah, anyway. Oh, to switch gears a little bit, I got another one. This is for landlords. I feel like would it ever become normal to make 3 times your rent?
Right.
Why, bro? Well, because I've never made 3 times. If I could make 3 times my rent, I wouldn't be here.
Right. You're funny.
I would be in my home. 3 times the rent, especially rent being how much now?
Right.
$1,500, $2,000 a year in this state.
Right.
$2,400.
Also,
3 times rent.
Normalizing increasing rent for the same shit that I was paying for last year. You want to talk about that? Pay more for what? It's the same house I was in last year. Ain't nothing changed in the house. What are you charging me more for? For what? You ain't add no amenities to my knowledge. Like what?
I could be getting a discount because I am a loyal customer.
Exactly. Right. What's going on here?
What? And I haven't destroyed your stuff. I'm staying here. What? At least start the new people off a little bit higher and then titrate down. Like, let's make it make sense. You know what? This gives me some ideas. If I ever go into real estate, thank you for staying here another year. Now we got a cap. Right. Don't get me wrong. You ain't about to be paying $200 for a 4-bedroom with 3 bathrooms. Right. However, we appreciate your business. Come back again.
Come back. Yes.
That makes sense. Does it not?
I feel like it does.
Hey.
I like it.
As long as you're keeping my stuff together, I will stay.
Right.
No, that's a promotion. That's a promotion idea right there. Don't nobody take it. Because it's not.
I have 2. I have one fast one and one that I want to go on topic for a little bit longer. Okay. The first one, if you don't put your shopping cart back in the little shopping cart trolley when you're done with it, you are an absolute monster and you need to burn. You need to burn because that needs to be normalized. I don't know where that one falls because I feel like we're very divided, but some of y'all are just terrorists out there, okay? If you had the patience to push that gosh darn cart around the entire grocery store, holding all of your crap to make it easier for you to do your shopping, you push that cart around the whole time. The least you can do is put it back. Put it back. Okay?
Now,
if you don't want to put the cart back, then you leave and you carry all your groceries in your hand then, okay? Put it back.
I agree. The only time that I would even see understanding, but I still feel like you could plan a little bit better, is if I like me lugging my kid, putting the cart in. I literally am in my head concerned of, okay, I got to put her in the car seat, but then I got to take this trolley back. And so she's left unattended in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, do I have to lock but then I'm like, just park near the trolley then.
There you go. There you go. And most times they have like the mommy section or the family section is right near one anyhow. Like
Girl, we don't have a lot of that here. I wish we did.
Yeah, well, not everywhere has it. Only like some places have it, but.
Yeah, but I feel you. But I can't understand that, but I feel like there's way too many unattended carts that are not that moms didn't do that.
Yeah, like I didn't, because y'all are trifling, and it's awful. You lazy SOBs out there. Y'all are just, like I said, y'all are a bunch of terrorists.
And people have to go out and go back and get those cards, and they just have to collect. Oh my gosh, Walmart is terrible for that.
And when you and I've known however many of y'all out there has gotten your car hit by a shopping cart, and I hope that everybody that gets that has a shopping cart run into their car, I hope you the one that don't put the cart back. I hope it's everybody that it happens to. I hope it's your car that gets hit by an oncoming shopping cart. Because I've seen them shopping carts take off when it's breezy outside.
They fly like Superman.
Okay, and how many times do I have to come and there's a fucking shopping cart in the space that I'm trying to swing my shit into, and I gotta slam my brakes because I don't see the shopping cart I'm about to run to.
Because everybody gets parked around and you're like, oh, look at this open spot.
Look at this. And I'm about to whip my car into this spot like I stole it. And I'm gonna slam on the brake into the fucking cart.
Bruh, you're so right about that.
Back. It's literally right there. It's like literally 10 steps. Like there's so many of them. If you didn't get that much groceries, you can put the shopping cart. You know when you walk out the store, how they have an area for shopping carts there also, but no, your lazy ass want to push the cart back to your car, huh? Y'all get on my damn nerves. Y'all get on my nerves.
Y'all, I agree. I'm gonna say I'm passionate, but I understand and I agree.
I just can't. Put it back. Put it back.
Was that the one you just wanted to touch on?
It's one I feel. I want to just touch on that one. I'm very passionate about that one, and it's just, guys, it's right there. Like, and Ashley said, if you don't want to worry about it, then park next to one. Park
even if it's all
one to have the most. I will drive around the parking lot to find the most convenient parking spot, because I know that the time I am taking to find this spot will only benefit me. One, I forget where my car is as soon as I walk into the grocery store. The second I walk out, my car could be in Narnia. It's gone. I don't know where I parked my car. I have to figure it out by walking out, because sometimes I go inside the far door and I leave the other door and I don't realize that I've done that. And so I just start walking and I think I should pass my car at some point, but I never do because I'm on the wrong side. And so it's like, oh, I guess I gotta cross the parking lot because we went out the other door. Okay, and then so yes, I will drive around to park at the spot where I know I'm gonna go in and come out, and it'll be easy for me to open up my trunk and load my groceries in. Smooth, right? Just take the time. I can't. And my sources are telling me that people do not put their carts back. And I hate all of you. Every single one.
I will say I actually never have just left my car.
Never.
Like,
no.
I think maybe once I felt so guilty and I wouldn't put it back anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just trifling.
Yeah.
No, that's trifling.
It is trifling. It doesn't matter. Rain or shine. If you don't want to put your car back in the rain, then don't go to the grocery store when it's raining. It's simple. So simple. And if you use the cart, put the fucking cart back. Put it back. It is your responsibility to put the cart back that you have had. And if you don't do that, I'm questioning how your mama raised you. Because when my mama raised me, that if you take something, if you eat something, you put it back when you're done with it. Y'all are trifling people. I don't understand y'all. The other one I wanted to touch on, sorry, my other little small one to touch on has to deal with traffic and drivers. I just want to say this out loud that I don't know if this is the normalization, but the far left lane is for going over the speed limit, okay? And so for one, that needs to be normalized. So if it's not normalized in wherever you live, normalize that, okay? The far left lane on the highway is for speeding. That lane is for speeding, not going the speed limit. That lane is for speeding. That means you are going over. You are going over whatever the limit is, okay? If you want to go the speed limit, you are welcome to be in any other lane. If you want to go the speed limit or lower, you are welcome to any of the other lanes to your right.
Now, I got a question.
Yes.
So speed limit. So we talk, because I feel like I'm a culprit of that, and my husband be like, Ashley, get over. But most times like, they're going too slow for me in the other lane, so I'm moving over to this one to go through, and then I can weave back in instead of like busting.
Okay, but you say that though, but see, people, they don't weave back in, right? So that's what happens here. Where so maybe let's say you don't want to go 80. Okay, fine. Maybe the speed limit is.
That's the thing too. Let's say it's 70. I'm going 73, 75.
That's too slow.
Okay, we're talking about like speeding tickets.
That's too slow. Yeah, if you need to be going at least 8 to 10 miles over the speed limit to be in that left lane. You need to be going faster than that. If the speed limit is 70, I'm usually going like 78 on the highway in that far lane.
This is the pass and weave out for me.
For you. And if you do that, absolutely fine. But I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people, because I don't want to use curse words, but a lot of people do not do that. And they will purposely either hold up the fast lane and have a train of cars behind them, or
that does piss me off.
They'll be going slow when there are all these other fucking lanes open. Move out of the damn way. Move out of the way.
I do agree with that. When I start to feel I'm driving and I see a slew of cars behind me or one or two, baby, move over. It's time. You gotta come back. You can get back.
You can get back in. Exactly. It's for passing. If you're going faster, I can't tell you how many people will get in front of me and then hit their brakes. And then, or they'll be like a truck, right? And they'll get in front of me, and I'm assuming, to pass the truck. But then they just match the speed of the truck. And now I'm stuck behind you and it's fucking, sorry. The truck. And it's just like, what is happening? Why am I being subjected to this nonsense so early in the morning? I don't understand. You need to normalize people stop getting your driver's license out of cereal boxes, because what is that?
Because I know when I went to DMV, child, they gave me the ringer to make sure I had everything I need to get my license.
I just don't understand how people drive. I just don't get it. Like, the left lane is for speeding. If you are not speeding, you need to move your butt over and get into the remaining lanes that are available to you. If there is if you are driving fast, and there are no cars in front of you, and then no cars to the left of you, and one car comes barreling up really fast, move your ass over for the car that's coming up in the fast lane, because that lane is fast. And as soon as you are not going fast, you move your ass over, okay? There are times when I'm driving in the fast lane because, yes, I know that most times this lane is slow, right? There's gonna be a car eventually that is gonna be moving slower than I am moving. But there's also a car behind me that is coming up faster than I am currently traveling, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop in this lane real fast and let this car come up real quick, and then I'm gonna get my ass back over. Like, why can't we just drive with some sense? What are we... Like, I drive fast, but I don't hog the road. I don't I don't lock up the lane for somebody else either.
I agree with that.
Like also, too, if I'm going fast and I see a car coming faster behind me, but I also see that they're ahead of me in the next lane are cars that are going to be going slow. You know what? I don't get over in that sense. You know what I do? I speed up. You speed the fuck up so that way you keep the peace on the road. If there's a car coming behind you and you're going too slow for them, but the cars to the right of you are going too slow for you, guess what you got to do now? Put the pedal to the metal and push your car.
That is your position. You have already committed to this world. Now you have to go. If
you want to be in the fast lane, then get right in the fast lane. Like move then. If you don't want to move, then honey, you need to exit the lane. That is your cue to exit the lane. But people, they don't do that. They just stay there. I'm just gonna
it does good job. I won't lie, especially when it's long trips and stuff like that. Like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to bob and weave, almost wreck my car to get past.
Right, exactly. And you know what? Why is that the thing? I guess I'll just bring Tokyo Drift and just do all of this because you don't want to move your slow ass over.
I know.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut them off and hit my brakes too. I love doing
that.
You know
what? I don't know if you guys have it, but have you ever driven and kind of shown how like you're annoyed at the fact that you had to maneuver or do something? Like, you know how you have to swerve back? Like, yeah, I'm in front of you right here, so you know that you're slow.
Yes. If somebody is going slow purposely in front of me, I'm absolutely cutting you off. I'm absolutely cutting in as close as I possibly can because one, I want you to hit your brakes because either way, even if I'm driving crazy, you still hit me and I can play that back in court. You don't got a fucking dash cam because nobody has a dash cam. So either way, you hit me in the back of my car. Okay, and I'm also brake checking your ass because you make me mad. I'm just, nope, you're gonna get this smooth cut off and brake real quick. Look alive, you want to drive slow in front of me.
I'm a passing through type of person, but I 100% feel you.
Nah, you know I was gonna brake check, but I am gonna cut you off. I will 100% cut you off. Close, very close.
No reverse.
Get on my nerves. I just don't get where all this like personal and I'm in the car, right? And I'm driving and people will just do shit that you did it on purpose. Like, do you know me? You must know me. And I know you don't know me because there's no way you know me. But like, why would you do that? Because now I feel like I gotta like ram my car into the back of you to show you how annoyed you are. Right.
You messed with the wrong one.
Like, I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if this is normal or not, but when people cut me off, my reaction is to ram into the back of their car. Like, that's what I feel like doing every time. And I know I can't do that, but like, if I could have one of those like combat, shovel attached to the front of my car, and I can just
you play too much Mario Go-Kart. I think you just need like a little just to like shoot eggs at their car.
Yeah, I would. Eggs are great. You know what? I should carry eggs and just yeet eggs at. That's perfect.
Just make sure that you conceal your license plate, baby. 100%, because they're going to call the Pope. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Now that you like explained it thoroughly, I 100% agree. I was on the same page. I'm more of just a passing through kind of thing because my husband told me, Ashley, get over. And I'm like,
exactly.
And I'm like, I am going to get over once I get to da-da-da, but I'm also not letting cars pile up behind me. That's just insensitive. That's ridiculous.
I just you need to normalize like driving sensibly. Like, just stop being so stupid on the road. Like, geez, like I have literally had like days ruined because of just my commute. Like, just I could be having a good day, just chill, had a great morning, whatever, and then just every time I get in my car, there's no peace. There's just no peace in my car. So stressed out.
You know what? All the time. You know another one I need us to stop. I don't know if you do this, but like, it really pisses me off that people normalize hand sanitizer substituting washing your hands. That pisses me off. I'm sorry. No, I don't agree with that.
I will say this: hand
You
sanitizer.
don't have a choice.
Hand sanitizer will disinfect your hands. So
Correct.
there won't be any germs or bacteria, but it doesn't get rid of dirt. So your hands are
Correct.
still dirty. Yes.
Correct.
So yes, but in that sense, however, if it's a matter of washing your hands and then using those blow dryers, you are better off just using hand sanitizer. After
I don't like the blow dryers anyway. I like hand paper towels, which apparently restrooms don't
they
like
don't
to
have
do
those.
anymore.
Yes.
That's so annoying to me. But no, for me, I feel like if you have the option between washing your hands and hand sanitizer and you pick the hand sanitizer, I have a problem with that. I just don't. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I just don't agree with that. If you wash your hands and then put hand sanitizer on, okay, cool, we double it up.
Right.
But with hand sanitizer to me, it just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't. That's just like, okay, you clean your bathroom by just spraying it with Lysol.
I see.
That's not a clean bathroom. That's just, you may have gotten, like you said, the bacteria off it, but it's still dirty.
The dirt,
like that, you still gotta scrub. You still have to like soak in hot water. Like, I don't know. And I felt the same way low key with like, people might not agree with me, but like body wash. There's something about the bar soap to me that strips everything, where body wash is just like a leisure, like a it's an antibacterial thing. Like, okay, is it labeled antibacterial, or is it just like a lubricant or a moisturizer?
Yeah.
Because I've used like Dove or something like that and washed my body and still felt like I didn't scrub any dirt off. I just smell good and I'm like smooth.
That stuff too is also not good for your pH either. So we cut out a lot of all the perfumes and all of those things. We don't use that anymore. Everything we have now is plant-based. Everything is
I like brown soap. That it strips everything. When I feel I'm stripped and I'm like, I like that. Then I can put all these good oils or moisturizers or whatever on my body. But it's just something about, I think you hit it on the head saying like, it doesn't get rid of the dirt. And that's for me. Like, people just like, oh, just give me some hand sanitizer.
I'm in the middle because I have a thing about my hands, and I have a thing about washing my hands. I have a thing about my hands getting wet. I don't like when my hands get wet. Even when I have to wash my hands, I don't like it. And I don't know where that comes from. So do I like clean hands? Yes. But do I like washing my hands? I don't like it because I don't like when my hands get wet. But that's besides the point. Once I get them dried with a paper towel, because I hate the hand dryers. Sometimes I will use my hand sanitizer because when I go to wash my hands, they only have the dryer and I don't want to use the dryer. And I don't want to use the dryer. I don't want to do that. And then it's a paper towel.
I will wash my hands and then just do this and walk like, and I don't know if that's better.
I'll just do the hand sanitizer. Or what I have now are my antibacterial wipes.
I keep
wipes in my bag now. And what I've been doing lately is if I go and there are no paper towels, then I will have my wipes because I don't want this. I hate shaking my hands off because they're still wet. I hate them when they're wet. And I hate that. And so I will do that. And then once again, with those dryers, you are putting bacteria back on your hands. When you wash your hands, you get the bacteria and the dirt off. When you put your hands back in those dryers, there's no dirt, but all your hands are germy. You have germs 1,000,000% back on your hands. You might as well put hand sanitizer on your freshly blow dried hands because there are thousands of germs you've just blown all back over your hands with that blow dryer.
I hear you.
So you want to
I'm not saying hand sanitizer is bad. I'm just saying that it's weird to me. I don't get it because I guess when I wash my hands,
if you pump enough on your hands and you might get a good cleanse if you use enough of it because you put enough on,
don't know. It's just something about me. I feel like most people, oh, just give me some hand sanitizer. Why not just wash your funky hands?
Yeah. If I wash my hands, I need to have lotion also because, it strips. And so that's another thing too. I will avoid washing my hands if I know I'm not going to have like direct access to lotion right away. It'll prompt me less to wash my hands and more to use my wipes or to use hand sanitizer.
It's also true too, because I thought about that. I was like, I need to put lotion in we have it in most of our bathrooms, but easy accessible as I pump to wash my hands and wipe my hands, I need lotion right after.
Right after.
For me, I wash my hands all the time because I'm always in the kitchen, or I'm always, if I'm changing a diaper, I wash my hands, and then I'm like, oh, now my hands are dried out because it's cold and all those other things. So yeah, I agree with that too. But baby, I don't know. I just hand sanitizer over washing your hands. I don't get it.
Yeah,
don't get it. I can't do it. So yeah, that's just personally though. But that was one of my. Oh, another one. This is actually one that I saw online, but I do agree with it.
Yeah.
People talking on the phone on speaker in public.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Noise.
That's not normal. Don't do that.
Why am I hearing your conversation? And then I feel like because you're on speakerphone or that person's on speakerphone, you're speaking louder.
Yeah. It is obnoxious.
I don't hear your conversation. I don't care. I promise you.
We don't need to hear it.
We would be talking on the phone. It's like, I left my AirPods at home, or like my AirPods are dead. So you're like holding the phone.
Yeah. I don't want to do this. Yeah. I don't get that.
I can't. Yeah,
that's a strange
one. I don't want to hear your conversation. I don't want people hearing my conversation or what I'm saying or anything like that. No.
No thanks.
That's another one. I'm like, why do people do that? That's distasteful.
I don't know.
But yeah, I saw that and I was like, yeah, I don't like that. Oh, I got one. I got a good one, I think, because we've had this conversation. I need people to stop normalizing that it's cheaper to eat out than it is to cook at home.
That it's cheaper to eat out than it is to cook at home?
Correct.
Is that what they say?
Even though it's more expensive, I feel like it's cheaper to eat at home.
Yeah, it's definitely cheap. I don't think that one's normal at all.
No, but people are like, oh, it's better to, no, it's easier to eat out. It costs less. Do you know? But I'm like, when you look at how much you're paying for a plate versus how much you can get for food, it's not cheaper. But people make it seem like it's fine. Like it's cheaper or it's more reasonable to do so. I don't agree with that at all.
No. It's definitely not cheaper. It's definitely way more expensive to eat out than it is to eat at home. I don't know where that is, but
we really had arguments about it, and I'm like, okay.
But I will say this: like, both things are expensive. Like, groceries ain't cheap either. And also, I think the main thing is that, unfortunately, like fast food, you're probably not going to waste that. So like the wasted food is probably less. I feel like a lot of Americans struggle with buying food that they just don't end up cooking or eating. And then some of that food ends up going bad. So you really can't cook it or eat it at that point. And so it's like, well, this is a waste of money because I would have ate my Chipotle, but this, I spent $50 on all these ingredients and I don't have the motivation to cook it, or I don't know how to cook it, or I waited too long or something like that. Yeah, but it's definitely not cheaper. No.
Yeah, you're getting $20 for one plate when that $20 you could have got ingredients and they could have made how many plates? I just don't agree with that. But I've actually seen arguments where people are like, well, no, like a month when I eat out, I only spend blah, 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 because I only eat this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you could have made that last for groceries. I just don't believe that. But people make it seem like it's normal. And I'm just like, it's not.
Right. Yeah.
It's not. I've seen it. And it's so frustrating to me. And I'm just like, I'm not going to argue on the internet because that's just not me.
Right.
Like, I don't know that too, when it became normal to like argue over the internet.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Oh, one. You just gave me a big one that I didn't even think of. Venting to the internet strangers.
I thought about that.
What the hell is that? Also, too, you know what? What I want to couple with that is really venting to everyone and anyone, right? Sometimes when things are not going well in your life, you have a tendency to like tell everybody. And sometimes you don't need to do that either, but especially not like strangers, but sometimes too, just like anyone. Like, you know, we'll go back to like the whole privacy thing. People only know what you tell them. That's really true, you know, in good times and in bad times. So sometimes when things are going on, you just don't need to vent to everyone and anyone. Like, you just don't need to do that. And the normalization of people that go and they cry on the internet for anything and everything, and the woe is me kind of thing. I don't really know. I don't really understand that. I don't know.
And why sometimes people do it, because I feel like they have no other outlet, but it's still like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, and I'm only saying because then you open up the opportunity for people to comment, especially like, again, I'm thinking about social media, like celebrities and stuff like that do, or like, I don't even say celebrities, influencers or known people. Like when they start venting and stuff and they're telling all their business, but then they're mad when
like for me, like for me, it stops at like, hey y'all, like send me some prayers. Like I'm going through it right now. Cause you can say that. Like if you just want people to know that you're not in a good health and mental state, you know, you could be like, you know, I need some positive words right now. Or, you know, something along those lines, right? Like maybe you can infer that you might not be doing all that good, because I get, because you know, people that do care might be like, oh, what's wrong? Or, you know, whatever, which that makes you feel better. If you're not feeling good, you want to know that someone cares, right? So that's okay. But when you go and start like putting the whole thing and the screenshots and the blasting and the tagging the person, so then you tag this person in the tag has the nerve to go on and yada 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 and all of this, and I'm just like, you really want to put all that out there, like all that, like
yeah, I agree. I actually thought about that one. I'm not a person to like put all of that business out there, because you don't need to know. You don't need to,
exactly. You don't need to know. It's none of nobody's business, to be honest.
Yeah. Y'all, I'm like, yeah. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like,
and I know it's easy. Like, I think it's because a lot of these things that we're talking about, I think it's just easy. You know, the whole thing about the marriage, like why? Because having a child, I guess, in some women's mind is easier than marriage. They can't handle marriage. Marriage is work. Like, I know we keep saying it, like, just get married. People can't handle marriage.
Really? Yeah, I think it goes back to what we said. It's an accountability for both people. Yeah. I agree with that.
Like, I'm still learning that myself. Like, I see why, because it's like, well, yeah, compared to dealing with a whole other person and actually caring and actually like having to think and having to do all of that. Having a kid I had to have sex and I have a kid is way easier than having to care, you know, having to think and process and regroup and love each other when we're mad. Because how do you even do that? And all this stuff, all that is way more difficult than just having a kid. So why not just do it? Why not? You know, I think that's that lazy, human, flawed kind of mindset, right? When it's not supposed to be, the child is supposed to be what you get after. That's your reward after you've put in all the time and all the effort and all the stuff. Y'all want to claim the treasure without even going on the damn journey. You didn't even go on the journey. You want to get the booty? You didn't even get no boat. You didn't get no crew. You didn't get no supply. You didn't risk your life or none of that.
I feel like that is the mentality altogether. People want the accolades and the good things that come with stuff without putting in the work. I think that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, I gotta do what? And it's like, that's what it takes. And either you get it or you don't. Like, and I think people always look for that shortcut. But what I'm about to say, and that's something I really have learned, is that I would rather play the long game.
Yeah.
because it's sustainable. It is strong. When you go up fast and whatever it can easily be taken away. And then what do you have? But if you do the long game, oh baby, it's standing strong. Yeah. Like it's stone. And I rather have the stones than the feathers. I'm just saying.
Yes, absolutely.
Just gotta have some discipline. But once you get there, you're gonna be like, oh, especially time. Like once you get to be an adult, time flies. Like when I started my grad program, I was like, okay, it's gonna take me 2 years. I'm already almost like by December, I should be done. And I was like, whoa. I just did it. You just did it. Next thing you know, it's like, then you have the fruits of your labor. And it's like, 2 years, 5 years. It's going to feel like 3. And next thing you know, boom, you're here. You got it. You
got to put it in. But you got to do it.
People don't want to put in that work.
They don't. But hey, you know what? I got one funny one to end it on. And I'm going to leave it there. I have one funny one. This is one that we've talked about too. Can we not normalize getting in your bed at night after you didn't have a shower? That's my last one.
I hate you.
That's my last one. I'm gonna put it here. If that is not normal, okay? There is no reason why you need to have been out and about your whole body. If you've been out of the house and left and had a full day, you should not be coming home and putting your funky butt in that bed.
Yes, I agree. I think it differs a little bit for me because I'm always home. So like to me, I'm just home. I don't really go anywhere. So, but I agree with you. Like, because we've had that conversation before. I'm a person, I like to take showers in the morning. Like it starts my day most times for me. So it's just kind of like, I'll just go to bed, but also too, I don't go anywhere like that. Like, if I went to work, I'm not gonna lay in bed and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, it feels weird. So yes, I agree.
Me, it's even if you leave the house, if you leave out of your house, if you get out of your clothes, your house clothes, you put on clothes to go outside, and you leave your house. No, you need to get all that off, and also too, don't you go upstairs in your outside clothes. You stay downstairs on the couch and you don't do anything else. You stay there. That's for them kids too. When you come home, you get your funky butt off of my couch. You get your butt in the shower. Don't sit on my couch and don't sit up in the sheets and in the bed and everything. Get out.
Understandable and fair. I don't know if I abide by that, but I do think it's understandable and fair.
I abide. There are so many more, but we don't have time.
I had others too, but that's all good. All good, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I think you got some good ones in there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Those are just my ones that I have passion in my heart about. I'm sure there are plenty others. I'm sure there are more funny ones out. I tried to get some funny ones and some topical ones in there as well.
Oh yeah, I had some too. Like just one last one really quick. It really bugs me when people put 2 starches on a plate for dinner. Like that freaking, like when you see plates, it's like, I'm like, where's the vegetables? Or like, why do you have 2, 3 starches? Like mashed potatoes, like, okay, mashed potatoes and corn, I can understand. Or like rice and beans, can understand. But like macaroni and mashed potatoes and then a meat and a vegetable, that's weird, bro.
That's a lot too much on the plate.
It's weird. And people do it all the time. Or like rice and macaroni. What happened to the proportions of how they're supposed to be?
How they go, yeah. Can we also normalize, like, also just like, well, I don't want to word this one. Eating your vegetables. A lot of people don't want to eat vegetables. I don't know about that one, but those are good for you guys. And I don't know if you knew that, but like if you only eat like meat and potatoes every day, like you are not gonna live. Like you might be happy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You might be happy.
You're gonna be happy on the toilet.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that.
But one thing that I always praise on is that AJ eats vegetables very well. Anything. I could put any kind of thing right in front of him. He's just like, oh, is that a vegetable? Let me just eat all that up, right? And it's so good because I can't deal with like a picky eater, I guess is what I want to say. It's like, I don't know. I don't like the whole, I can only eat chicken nuggets. What? She took her bottle and ran. but that's for me. I don't know, just normalize having like a palate and not eating chicken nuggets. Oh,
like a better diet.
Yeah, I don't know. That was not a real one. Eat what you want. I honestly don't care. Oh, but also one more. Actually, big one. Please stop normalizing obesity in children. Just want to put that one out there. That one was one I should have actually touched on a bit more. I should have said that one earlier in it, but that one is a big one for me too. I see it way too much, and I just feel so awful and so bad because it's just not even on them, you know, and it's.
We can control what they like, how they eat and what they eat because we introduce them to things. Like I'm about to say, like you said, the vegetables. My baby don't like vegetables, and you know what I do? I make smoothies all the time.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, just normalize being more healthier, just even a little bit.
Put it in baked bean sauce, hot.
Right.
Don't eat it.
They do like the blended pasta sauce too. If they struggle with, if they like noodles and you just blend up vegetables, they'll eat that most times.
I thought about that. I saw like a roasted vegetable sauce or whatever, and they blend it, and I was like, I need to do that because this one over here, her daddy too.
But yeah, the obesity in children is not okay. It's never okay. You know, America itself has got a lot of stuff going on in that realm, but the children come first, guys. We should want them to be happy and healthy and not have all these, like diabetes as a young, this should not be a thing. Like, I just don't. Yeah. But hey, I see it all the time. And, you know, I'm just like, okay, I mean, hey, if that's your life, but it couldn't be me, I don't want to normalize it. That's what this whole thing is about. I think I do not want to normalize that. That's on me.
100%.
Yeah. But that's going to do it for now, for today, for this episode. We're going to be back in 2 weeks on the 23rd. Yes. And we're going to have we're going to miss Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, because that's the happy Valentine's Day. So it'll be after Valentine's Day, but in the month of love, maybe like a love theme. I don't know. Not really. No.
I'll figure it out because I think it's my turn. We'll see.
I mean, you know what? It's kind of, you know, we talk about that stuff anyway. I love talking about love.
I know. I'm about to say love.
You know what? The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the all of it.
Because I do have all of that.
Yeah. Any more things that we should normalize or not normalize? We would love to hear it. What do we miss? I'm sure there are plenty of things out there that we could have touched on. And if anything that you guys think is normal that shouldn't be normal, or something that is normal, or no, other way around. You know what I mean? Let us know. Right? I'm always curious. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Thanks for rocking with us, guys.
We'll be back. See you later. Bye.